Alright, what's up everyone? This is Taylor. Today is Sunday, April 9th. So happy Easter to all of you and your families. Hope the Easter bunny was good to everyone. But we'll jump in here, we'll do our typical weekly prep, and then I'll show you all what I got going on in the futures. I am turning into a futures trader. Who would have thunk it? But as far as the market goes here, my friends, I think we're gearing up for a push back towards these previous highs. Right around 4,200 bucks on the S&P futures. Now, not only is 4,200 your previous high, it also happens to be your weekly ATR trailing stop, which is that red line right here. So real quick, let me show you the settings on that bad boy. And we've got a period of 9, factor of 2.9, average type exponential, and then as far as the colors go, you can set those up however tickles your fancy. But the trailing stop here, I put it on my charts maybe about a month ago. I'm really digging it. I'm really liking it, especially for my day trading, for my futures trading. But a bigger picture, in an uptrend or in a downtrend, it tends to be a really big level of either support or resistance. So you'll notice here, ever since we started our weekly downtrend, you'll rally back towards it. Right, you rallied back into it back here. You came up and smooched it back here. You came up and gave it a French kiss back here. And back in January, they came out swinging, and they grinded up there towards that trailing stop, and we rolled over. So 4,200 is a big spot here, guys. Now, I think the major observation is, back here in January, things were shaping up really good for the bulls. And as far as my indicators go, back in January, things were shaping up better than they had pretty much since the downtrend started. Weekly squeeze, we had some weekly buy signals, and a quick look here at the daily chart from back in January. And your daily chart, of course, was rocking and rolling, right? Kind of like right now. Daily squeeze fires to the upside. You've got a bunch of daily buy signals. You shift your trailing stop. Point being, all kinds of good things happening for the bulls. However, all they really did with it was pump it up into that trailing stop, and then they gave up the goods. So the point I'm trying to make is things look pretty good right now. We still got the weekly squeeze, which is yet to fire. For now, we are printing some weekly buy signals. Our daily chart is sitting pretty back above the trailing stop, cranking out the green bean, and your 1 hour, your 30-minute, your 15-minute charts, they're all looking pretty good. And then, of course, you've got the stars of the show. Microsoft has been on crack. NVIDIA has been a total beast. Pulling back a little bit, you've got Google, who's been googing all over the place. So things are pretty good right now, and I think the level you want to watch here is that previous swing high, 4,200-ish on your S&P futures. So my game plan this week, based on the daily chart, based on lower time frames, and based on the fact that they tried to crack it under 4,100 a few times last week, and that level held pretty good. So despite things maybe looking a bit cooked, and despite things being a little bit overbought, the fact that they held 4,100 and then rebuilt the structure on all the lower time frames, to me is a pretty good indication they might want to continue to take it higher from here. So keep 4,100 in mind. If they break 4,100, then I think at a minimum we're probably coming down to test that daily 21 EMA, which in the grand scheme of things might end up being a pretty good buying opportunity. Damn, for names like Microsoft, it might be a generational buying opportunity. But above 4,100 with a bunch of pretty buy signals, what I'm looking for this week is a push towards 4,200. And if they can't get it this week, we'll look into, we'll see if they can get it the following week. But that's what I'm looking for, guys. We'll look for squeezes, we'll look for buy the dip opportunities, but I'm trying to play for a push here towards 4,200. And once we get to 4,200, well, that is where the rubber meets the road. Right, that is where the duck meets the goose, as they would say in the hood. If we can't break that level, we're probably going to dip. I don't know if we'll fall apart again, but if we can't break through it initially on the first test, we're probably going to dip. And frankly, guys, there's a decent chance here they might pump it into 4,200 and then we'll probably get a dip. Big level of resistance, previous highs, your trailing stop, etc. Not always the easiest level to break through on the first attempt. So it could be one of these things where they pop it through. We initially fail and pull back a little bit, and then on the third attempt, we break through that bad boy. But that's a bigger picture of it. And frankly, right now, I'm not too concerned in individual stocks and scan results. Just kind of keeping all the focus here on playing the S&Ps. So I'm looking for squeezes and looking for buy the dip opportunities on lower time frames to play for a push up into 4,200. Now, as far as the futures go here, which I'm really loving trading the futures lately. So the cash market was closed on Friday for a Good Friday. However, the futures were open for, I think it was maybe 45 minutes. So during that short span, things were setting up pretty good here for the bullskis. So here's what you got. You had a 1 hour squeeze with a 1 hour buy signal, and we're above that 1 hour trailing stop, riding it like a donkey. The 30-minute chart shifted the trailing stop, printed a buy signal, and then fired the squeeze long. And your 15er here did the same thing. Now, we had the economic report, so things were a little bit spicy. But once the dust settled down a bit, what I did was jump into some calls for this Friday's expiration on the futures, playing the hourly squeeze here. Now, it's trying to fire at the moment, but I do think potentially this could be nice for a shot back towards, if anything, the previous highs here at 41.70. But if things are really strong this week, I think we're going to be 60 to 70 bucks higher. I could be dead wrong, and I'm dead wrong under 4,100. But that was the thought process there. So I bought some. Whoops! Get back here, you rascal. There we go. So on Friday, I bought some 41.20 calls for this coming Friday's expiration. That was my way of playing the hourly squeeze. So I bought these puppies for 45 bucks a pop. So we'll see how it goes here tonight, guys. But as far as my futures trading goes, and for those of you in my mastery and for those of you in the simpler options room, I want to start posting more options trades on the futures. And here's the whole thing. I'm not, because I'm a big believer. You don't want to try to be a jack of all trades. Right? Definitely not in trading. You don't want to be a decent day trader, a decent scalper, a decent swing trader, a decent equities trader, a decent options trader. I think you want to become really good, really damn good at one or two things. And to me, those one or two things have always been one or two go-to setups. All right, if I'm trying to get bullish, I like my squeezes and I like buying my dips to a 21 EMA. Like, those are the only two things I want to be good at when it comes to playing the market to the upside. And then vice versa for shorts, I'm getting short in a squeeze, or I'm short in a rally into a 21 EMA. All right, and whether it's been, I'm trading Apple, I'm trading Google, I'm trading the S&Ps or the QQQ, that's always been my focus. All right, try to master these one or two setups. 2 bullish trades and 2 bearish trades. So as far as my futures trading goes, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm doing the same exact thing I would be doing if we're trading the S&Ps, if we're trading Tesla or Amazon. If I'm getting bullish, well, I'm getting bullish because of one of my go-to setups, and same thing if I'm getting short. So this should all look pretty familiar to you guys. All right, if you've been a subscriber for a while, if you've been in any of our trading groups, you know my shtick. I like me a good squeeze, and I like me a squeeze with some buy signals. So moving forward here, now that I've gotten some good time under my belt trading the futures, looking forward to posting more alerts and showing you guys what I'm doing here. But that is it for tonight, my friends. I'm going to go hang out with my wife and my sister-in-law. We watched... What did we watch? We watched the Hunger Games last night. And I think tonight we're going to watch the second one. So sticking with the Hunger Games theme, I wish you all the best of luck this week, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Bigger picture, things look pretty good. I think in the short term, we are gearing up for a push towards 4,200. Just keep in mind, 42 hundo was your previous swing high, which happens to be right there at your weekly trailing stop. So as good as things look, keep a close eye on that level. If and when we get there, might be a good spot to take some chips off the table, and maybe from there we get a little bit of a dip. But as always, my friends, I appreciate you being a subscriber. I appreciate you being a part of the gold room over at Simpler. Appreciate you being a part of my mastery. And I hope you find these videos helpful. So if you did, go on ahead and hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below. But until next time, y'all be good, and I'll see you on here tomorrow morning, 8:45 a.m. Eastern, 7:45 a.m. Central, for some pre-market preparation. Talk to y'all then. Adios.